Hi, come with us to Milos. It's our first time here. We flew from Frankfurt to Athens. It was a 2-hour, 45-minute flight. The best way to get to Milos if you are coming in from Athens is to take a ferry from the Piraeus port. From the Athens airport, you can take bus X96, which will take you to Piraeus city. We spent the night there. It was a lovely neighborhood. We even found a restaurant with vegan options. It's called Little Ginger. And after, we just walked back to our hotel. The streets are well lit and clean, and it was an overall nice quick pit stop before our ferry ride to Milos. The next day, we went to our assigned gate to where we will board our ferry. It's a 3.5-hour trip from Piraeus to the Milos port. It got quite chaotic, especially with dropping off and claiming our luggage, but it's all part of the experience. Upon arriving, we got our car rental and dropped off our luggage. And our first stop was Klima Beach. Klima is a tiny fishing village, generally most popular for its colorful houses, but it also has a nice small beach with lovely surroundings. In the middle sits a nice restaurant called Astakas, situated on the beach, where you can order this delicious grilled stuffed squid. The main reason why I wanted to go to Milos was to see Sarakiniko Beach. Located on the north coast of Milos, Sarakiniko Beach is known for its moonlight landscape with its unique rock formations made of white volcanic rocks. We went late in the afternoon when the sun was about to set. It's not so crowded at this time, so it was so easy to find parking. Sarakiniko was even more beautiful than I imagined. There's a small sandy cove there where you can go for a swim or do snorkeling. It's also a popular cliff jumping spot, and it was entertaining to watch the people doing it. Fun fact, I was surprised to see so many cats around Milos, like this cat over here who followed us from the parking lot looking for some treats. Kev and I are morning persons, and while the rest of our traveling group were still sleeping, we decided to do some exploring. The town of Plaka was just a 5-minute walk from our Airbnb. We first got some coffee to go before we start our small hike. The people in this lovely cafe were so friendly and even struck up conversation. Once we secured the goods, we started our uphill hike. Our goal was the highest point of the town, which was the Plaka Castle. It's a good spot if you want to see the whole island. If you're wandering around Milos by foot, we found it was more reliable to use Apple Maps. It's a challenging hike with many stairs and uphill paths, but you get a very scenic route because of the ocean views and the blue and white houses. The reward is the view, and it was just nice to sit there and enjoy the scene and the smell of the ocean. Ich bin hier, love. Our next stop was the catacombs. It was another hike, but downhill this time. It's considered to be the most important early Christian monument of worship and burial site in all of Greece. You need to pay to get in. It's worth a visit if you're interested in history or want something unique beyond the beaches. These catacombs were carved into the rocky hills and were used by persecuted Christians to secretly bury their dead. It was a short tour, but it was nice to learn some history about the place that we're visiting. After a morning excursion, we spent the rest of the afternoon exploring the beaches on the south coast of Milos. We first tried Tigrado Beach, where they have a small cove perfect for swimming. It's not an easy beach to access to because you need to climb down 2 sets of rickety ladders. We decided not to stay too long here because the other tourists told us the water was not too clear because of the strong waves at the time. We proceeded to the other beach called Firiplaka. Firiplaka beach is mostly sandy and is hemmed in by an extremely steep cliff. At the time, the waves were quite strong, so the water wasn't too clear, but it was still fun to swim in the open water. The most iconic feature at Firiplaka is the enormous rocky outcrop about halfway along the bay. Apart from this, you can also find smaller rock pools and lagoons at one end of the beach. It was fun navigating the rocky shore to get to the other side. If you want to see the multicolored cliffs up close, it's better to see it from that end.
Wasn't I meant to lie in your arms here for a while? I'm alive and I take you in. I've been falling, when I reach out, you will hold on. Was it a rainbow falling? Was it a rainbow falling? When I touch you, it will break through. Was it a rainbow falling? Was it a
And we're back again to Sarakiniko. This time we want to witness the sunrise from here. There were a number of people who had the same idea as us and already camped out in their spots. It was so beautiful and it was worth waking up early to witness the sunrise. We also didn't pass the chance to do cliff jumping here. It was physically exhausting because the waves were strong, but it was fun. We also went for a swim. There was an area there where you can also do some snorkeling. In the middle of this trip, we switched up our mode of transportation and rented some ATVs. We drove up to Firiplaka beach located on the north side of Milos. It was a scary drive downhill with the ATV, but we made it. By far, this was my most favorite beach in all of Milos because of the crystal clear waters and the fine sea. For lunch, we drove to Mandrakia. There's a well-known restaurant there called Medusa. It can get busy there and we had to wait in line, but it was worth the wait because the fresh seafood was very delicious. After lunch, we drove along the north coast of Milos and checked out the beaches and towns along the way.
Looks nice. Looks nice.
We ended the day with dinner at a restaurant in Plaka. For our last full day in Milos, we initially wanted to go on a boat trip to see the Kleftikos caves, but the waves were really strong in the area, so the tour got cancelled. Instead, we decided to take a day trip to Kimolos Island. We brought our ATVs and took a ferry from the Polonia port to Kimolos.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night. Justice, in the eye of time, nobody's losing. Faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn when we're finally sober.
This marks the end of our trip. We went back to Athens and enjoyed the remaining time exploring the area around the Parthenon. Signing off for now. Thanks for watching till the end.